Well, it's Saturday the 3rd of December. This is episode 2243 of 301 Permanently Moved.online, a personal podcast 301 seconds in length, written, recorded, and edited by me, at the JMO. So, what the hell is going on? It's a question that seems to be coming out the mouths of almost everyone I've hung out with this year. It's taken a while, but the rising damp of psychic anxiety that permeates every aspect of our culture and society has finally started to peel the wallpaper, and less people can go on ignoring it. Last year in episode 2140, I said that the light the media was pointing to at the end of the pandemic tunnel was in fact a headlamp of an oncoming train. We've all come staggering out of the lockdowns into a world that is objectively worse than when we went in. In the UK, politicians have been actively making decisions to make our lives worse for a decade, but more recently, their motivations have been laid bare. The only political programme the elites have for this country is looting it. A man with a net worth of 770 million was recently crowned Prime Minister by the bond markets, and the same man was also responsible for letting the rich loot roughly 15 to 20 billions out of the country and told the Treasury not to worry about it. The Queen died, a different Prime Minister deliberately crashed the economy, the richest man in the world now owns a car company, a solar panel company, a rocket factory, and a social network. Supermarkets are half empty, and Britain has no eggs. Kanye West, the 15th biggest selling solo musician of all time, dressed in a morph suit and praised Hitler on InfoWars. Even Alex Jones was shook. We have a real-time war reported blow by blow on live blogs, and Epstein apparently killed himself. It's like we're living in an upside-down land that operates by dream logic. Nobody has any idea what's going on. I've been broken since 2015, to be honest. I watched a live stream of a US celebrity ride down an escalator. Neil Young's Rocket in the Free World blasting, he took the podium to announce his presidential run. Something inside of me went ping. I was witnessing the inertia of the universe, and I haven't been the same since. Commenting on the state of things a year later, a friend told me he had fallen out the back of the wardrobe and couldn't find his way back to reality again. I feel like people are all having similar personal epiphanies all around me, waking up from one dream world and wishing for a different dream. Amongst the madness, the only thing I am absolutely certain of is that I have absolutely no fucking idea what's going on. What's worse, we can't even look to quote-unquote mainstream culture to help us understand what's going on, because according to the culture industry, there's nothing going on at all. There's nothing going on except cultural fracking, of course. Film Stories recently reported that there are 114 reboots, remakes, and sequels in various phases of production. How can we even begin to make sense of the world when the culture is stuck selling resurrected corpses and trading on former glories? I saw the trailer for the new Transformers movie the other day, Beastwars, the 7th installment in the franchise. There's only so much goodwill that you can extract from a generation before you have to find a new mark, I suppose. After pumping every last profitable molecule out of 80s nostalgia and the first iteration of the toy franchise, it makes sense to move on to the second wave of toys. The cultural clock, the geologic layer of cultural fracking, has moved forward to 1996. The Beast Wars trailer even features Biggie's track Juicy. The oldest kids who grew up playing with the Beast Wars toys would have been 11 when the first live-action Transformers movie came out. Now in their mid-20s, they have presumably been waiting for the opportunity to have their own nostalgia fracked by the culture industry. Welcome to the club, Gen Z. The world is moving into the future at a faster and faster pace, yet the owners of our culture are desperately trying to arrest it. TikTok trends explode and die within days, yet it takes 18 months to publish a book. Politicians are looting the country in broad daylight, whilst arguments over the merits of a sequel to a live-action reboot of a cartoon based on a folktale rage online. The ice caps are melting, and the planet is dying. But don't worry, proles, the football is on at Christmas. Late-stage capitalism is transitioning to end-state capitalism, and the second decade of the 21st century might mark the end of the long 20th century. The run-out continues. The problem of static steady-state capitalist realism and cultural fracking is so bad they are rebooting the moon landings. And it's all part of a greater, wider, deeper culture war. It's a fight over the type of world and reality that gets reflected back to us by the mirror of culture. Another reason developments in AI are so important. What's going on is a battleground for control over the type of dreams we are going to have next after the current one ends. Because as the world gets worse, reality isn't going to get any better, just weirder and faster.